Now everything is being recorded. And I have a question. Would you like to maintain this private, or would you like to be public this video for other students to see your performance? How do you prefer?
For me, it doesn't matter.
For you, doesn't matter. Okay. So public or private, both are okay for you. I can send some other videos from other students as well. So let's start. I have the
Okay.
questions with me here. What kind of place is your hometown?
My hometown has many interesting places, and but not maybe it's not truth. Not so many interesting places because it was fully destroyed in the Second World War, and after that, the were built not so many places. Yes, interesting, but some of them is most famous. It's
Some of them are
national.
famous. Some
Yeah,
of them are famous.
some of the most famous are I think first place it's National Library in and but it's not it's a interesting library because it's built in form of diamond, and it's a big building, and spacemen can see it from a space. Yes, our National Library. It's first place. The second place, it's probably Museum of Second World War, because it's interesting. It's interesting because it's very attractive, and because there are many places where you can see exactly what happened in Second World War. It's so you feel like you exactly at war. Yes, because around you see the died people, a lot of weapons and so on. Yeah. Third place, it's probably
About the most interesting place in your hometown.
yes, exactly. And the third, it's probably maybe it's our Zoom, because Zoom it's too big and they have a lot of big variety of wild animals. Also, there is a Zoom, fish Zoom, yeah, where you can see the wild fish, yeah.
Like aquarium, right?
Yeah,
Aquarium.
aquarium, yeah, exactly. Probably that's all, yeah. Mm.
What changes would you like to make to your hometown?
Um, it's interesting question. Probably I would like to make our to see our town in future as like a more interactive place. Yes, I would like to see more foraging people,
More
i-
what? Sorry,
more
I don't understand.
foreign people,
Foreign
yeah,
people,
more
yes.
foreign people, and streets of Minsk, and yeah, and so I would like to see life in the city. So it in all corner of this city, yes, dark corner, yeah, if it's possible to say like that. Yeah, I would like to see that something happens, that this is life. Yes, not I don't want to have a quiet streets, yes, without people and so on. It's
Some
I don't like.
quiet streets,
Yes,
right?
some kind
Mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm, mm.
quiet streets. Yeah.
Okay. Um, what kinds of animals are popular pets in your country and why?
Uh, 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 it's my opinion, of course, because but okay, I think that probably dogs. Dog, it's most popular pets in our country. Of course, it's small dogs, yes, like a bag, yes, small bag. Yeah, but sometimes it's big dog, yeah, it's like a chow chow and so on, yeah, like yeah, so big dog, but it's rare. It's more rare than small dogs. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. How are animals in your country used for work?
Ah, okay. Probably, mm, first of all, dogs, yes, because dogs used in the border by borders staff, yeah, to find maybe drugs or or something like that. Yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
first moment. Also, second place, it's also dog. I noticed that pol- policemen use dogs in their job, in their work, sorry, and yeah, also to find probably banglers and yeah, and drugs. Yeah. Also, I think also dogs help mm, guys who work on the water. Yes, to help people mm, who 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 fall down in water. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Who
So
fell? Yeah. Mm-hmm,
probably
mm-hmm.
that's all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are there any animals in your country that have special significance?
Special significance. Mm, so you mean special case for some kind of significant work? Yeah, or
For example, the coat of arms in Russia is a bear or an eagle. So it's like the
ah
symbol of the country or the of the army of the country
ah
or
okay.
something like this.
Okay, I got it. Okay, okay. Yes, yes, we have, but I don't know how in English, to be honest, how to translate. But we have a face of our big wall. Yes, it's like a big wall. Zubr. I don't know how to translate exactly because it's a very rare animal. And as I know, it's this animal now just in probably 40 animals, yeah, in Belarus and Poland, and some of them in Canada, and that's all. And so it's very famous. It's uh, animal in our country, and his face, yes, used in, for example, in hockey team, yes, in our hockey team, it's Dynamo Minsk, yes, like a logotype, yeah, like a brand, and yeah, and in some other places, for example. for tourists, yes, it's you can see it in cups on plates. Yes, this face of this animal. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Let's talk about travel. How easy is it to travel in your country?
Okay. Mm, mm, Now it's probably easier than it was for probably 2 years ago. So because before foreign visitors uh, should uh, should make a visa, Belarusian visa, yeah. But now you can, if you come in Belarus by plane, yeah, through
If come
the
to Belarus, if you come to
come to
Belarus.
Belarus yeah, by plane, so through the airport border, yeah. You can stay in Belarus during 5 days, yeah, not more than 5 days, if I remember correctly, without any visas. And I think it's yeah, it's very big step from our government in attractive of Belarus, yeah, because after this law was published, we Belarus would have a lot of tourists from tourist and business guys, yeah, business persons from other countries.
And what form of transport is the most popular in Russia?
Most popular, we have most popular. It's private car. We also it's just public transport or private concert as well. Do you, in this question?
Transport in general, private
Right.
or public,
Okay. In general. Okay.
as you wish.
Okay. Yeah. About no. So anyway, I would like to separate it to split on two branches. Yes, yes, it's public transport and private transport. Public transport we can there are three kinds of most popular transport. It's bus, trolley bus, and train. I think bus it's first place. After that we have a trolley bus, and after that it's train. Um, what about private transport? Uh, I think most popular it's of course car. A lot of cars. After that, now we can more and more, but it's not transport, but okay, we can more and more bicycles. And I think by the time bicycles will be more than cars in our streets. Yeah, I hope, but I am not sure that it will be, but I hope it will be.
Yes, exactly. Okay, now we are going for part two. For part two, I don't know if you are aware of the IELTS exam, but you have to speak for 2 minutes about a topic that I'm sending on your Skype. I want you to take a look at the photo on Skype. You have to speak for 2 minutes about this topic.
Mm,
So let's read together.
Photo.
Describe an environmental problem that has occurred in your country. You should say the cause of the problem.
One
What
mo
effect
one moment. Now I see it. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
the cause of the problem, what effect it has had on your country, and the steps, if any, that you have been taking to solve this. Explain why you think this problem is so important to solve. I'm gonna give you 1 minute so you can prepare your response. Then you have to speak after 1 minute. You can start preparing your response now.
Mhm.
Now you can start speaking.
Okay. I think the main problem in my country, in Belarus, it's a pollution after radiation pollution after the exploration atomic building, yes, atomic factory in 1986 year when it was Soviet Union country, not just Belarus. So it this explorer affected 10% of Belarusian area, and it's it's affected a lot of people in Belarus and also animals, also the area. After that, this area was was blocked, yes, and nobody can do anything on this closed area. So this area was isolated at all. Also, this explorer very significantly affected people healthy, not just who lived in this area, but also people who was at all in Belarus. We can by the time we can see that percent of cancer since grow up every year. And medical says that probably one of the main factor it's it's radiation, and I think the government had a lot to as to decrease possible effects from a nuclear explorer, yeah. And first of all, of course, government is isolated.
Okay, 2 minutes are gone. Thank you. Thank
Sorry.
you. What are other people concerned about this problem?
Yes, of course, all Belarus concerned about this problem because because maybe each Belarusian person, yes, know at least one, yeah, who lived, yes, in this area, who was affected by this exploration, more or less, yes. So probably 20% of Belarusian was affected, maybe 30%. Sometimes it's healthy, sometimes it's your parents or your relatives was liquidate, try to liquidate, yes, was there to decrease, yeah, to stop the extendance of nuclear nuclear effect. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be talking about an environmental problem in your country, and I'd now like to ask you some questions related to this. First, let's consider global environment problems. Tell me about some of the environmental problems that are affecting countries these days.
These countries, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, probably the most nowadays the most uh, famous, yes, problem, it's viruses, yes, like current it's current virus from China, yeah, and it's probably it's not environmental problem, but I think it's anyway it's related with it, with this, because we have more and more cases of appearing of some kind of viruses. It's first moment. The second, it's of course it's pollution of our world. Yes, whole world. Pollution by plastic, pollution by CO. So we have a first of all, it's a plastic. People pollute the ocean, pollute the sea. Yes, a lot of plastic in the earth, not as well, and of course atmosphere. Atmosphere is worse and worse by the years. So and yeah, and we see now, before maybe people haven't noticed it, but now they realize that it's affect this factor, these factors, yes, affect their health, and yeah, and more and more people uh, start to think about it more detail, start to care about it.
Mm-hmm. And why do some people not consider environmental problems to be serious?
I think because people usually people don't usually, yes, I think most of them think just about things that concerns that related to them, yes, not to anyone else, yes, surround them. And of course, if you are not, if your health is okay, if environment didn't affect you, yes, environment pollution, yeah, I think this moment didn't affect you, yeah, you don't think about it. For you, everything is okay. You work, you eat, you sleep, everything is okay. People only start to, but not all, of course. Like I said, it's most of them only start
Mm-hmm.
think or worry about it when it touches them. But we, of course, we have a small percent of people like Greta Thunberg, yes, and so on, who who I think more intelligent. I think so. Yes, and they think not just about themselves, but also think about the nationality at all. And it's a progressive people who see forward and several steps uh, forward. Yeah, yeah, and other people will see the same, but we need a time. Yes, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you consider to be the world's worst environmental disaster caused by humans?
Caused by humans. Mm, mm, I think it's because I think I think because people, it's a main factor of environmental problem, yeah, and they produced it. They produced it, but of course, first of all, because people would like to live more convenient, better, yes, and we have a huge gap technologies jump, not huge technology jumps for last 30 years, yes, and of course people try to live more convenient, yes. People start to live longer, uh, but as a result, we can see the other side of this factor that uh, people produced all. Another factor, it's a result of this happy life. Yes, it's a environmental problem. It's yeah, so it's a plastic. It's CO, pollution of atmosphere, and so on.
Okay, so let's check some notes that I have for you. I have noted some word inaccuracy. That means that you used words that are not native, or they're rather weird, but they are still understandable. So some
Mhm.
expressions, for example, looking forward instead of looking ahead, things like that. So they are not native, but they are still understandable. So
Mhm.
that means we have to work with more precise vocabulary. Like this word is better than this word.
Mhm.
Like we have to substitute some words here for other words there. Of
Okay.
course, you have some grammar mistakes. Everyone does, not only you. Okay?
Yeah.
Even native speakers have grammar mistakes. The mistakes you had, in my opinion, did not hinder the quality of understanding. It was still possible to understand you, so I consider them to be minor regarding speaking because it's still possible to understand you. Okay, missing words in sentences. This is something interesting because, again, it's still possible to understand what you're trying to say,
Mhm.
but you forgot a preposition. So, or a verb. For example, you say, you good instead of you are good. So you just, but it's still possible to understand, but there are some missing words there, especially regarding prepositions.
Yeah, it's
So
very
let's,
important for me. It's
yes,
very because in my work, yes, I need say shortly and maximum understandable.
yes,
It's very important.
for your work, perhaps that's fine. Okay, everything's fine. If your job does not require precise language,
No, no,
you are good.
customer complain about it. You noticed everything correctly because customer complaints on these factors that you noticed. Yeah.
Do they complain about your language, your
Yeah.
customers?
Yeah, my customer from Germany. No, because we have a yearly review, yes, and I ask customer, please show me my weak sides, yes, to improve them. And the English, it's first moment, and he said me that you sometimes talk a lot, yes, and not completely understandable. Better to say short and I should understand it quickly. Yes, shortly and quickly. So using correct English, yeah, correct,
Yeah, so
maximally correct.
probably what he's saying is you should optimize your speech.
Yeah.
Okay, but I kind of don't agree with him because I understand you 100%.
Mm.
So I don't have problem understanding you, okay, at all. I understand 100% what you say. Of course, it's not the best English there, but it's possible to understand 100%. I didn't have any problem to understand you,
Okay.
okay? But of course, it could be better.
Mm.
Uh, let's see your fluency. So we are seeing the screenshot that I sent you, the evaluation there.
Hmm.
For talking at length, yes, you are super good at this. You can develop a topic and speak and speak and speak for hours. But perhaps what your boss wants from you is to speak less.
Yeah.
So let me take note of this,
Hmm.
because your boss wants you to speak less. So we're gonna make you speak less, which is not natural to you, because we speak a lot. So
Yeah.
we have to speak less because of your boss. Speak less, boss. Okay, so we have to make your sentences shorter because your boss wants you to do this. Okay. Uh, Talking without pauses or hesitations. Yes, that's good. You don't have pauses or hesitations. You speak naturally. You feel comfortable with the language when you speak. Talking without self-corrections. Yes, you do this. You do not correct yourself because you are confident. Even though you show some mistakes here and there, you are still confident. So that's good because that makes the conversation better for the listener
Hmm.
and able to be understood 100% what you said. I don't understand why your boss does not, but understand 100%. Using linking devices, yes, you do, but they are imprecise, right? They are not that. So there could be some options, better options right there.
Hmm.
Okay, as for your fluency, I would certainly put you around 7.5. Remember, the maximum score is 9.
Hmm.
Let's see lexical resource here. This one was your major problem because you were not precise with some words here in there.
Hmm.
So use a range of words and paraphrasing, more or less, using collocations and using less common vocabulary. No, and avoiding errors. Okay, so here is your major weakness because
Hmm.
you have to work like the best, more accurate words. This one I would put you on a 6. So far we have a 7.5, we have a 6. Grammar range and accuracy.
Hmm.
Using a range of sentence structures. We're gonna work on this. You basically you used a lot of them, but they were kind of inaccurate. Then you have using a range of grammar tenses. You are comfortable with the language, but sometimes, yes, regarding time tenses and stuff, you had some problems. And avoiding errors. Okay, pronunciation. Here you had many mistakes about pronunciation. You
Hmm.
didn't know how to pronounce correctly, even though I understood you 100%.
Hmm.
Okay, able to be understood through the test. Yes, you were 100%. Able to use intonation. Yes, you are super good at this. You are comfortable with the language. You are super good at this one. Accent does not affect understanding, not at all. You have a strong accent, but I understood you 100%. And
Hmm.
accurate word and sound. Okay, this is the problem.
Hmm.
This is a problem for you.
Yeah.
Accurate word.
Hmm.
You had some pronunciation problems, even though I understood 100%. So I would put you this one for a 6.5. If you make the math, your average score, your final score would be something like 6.5.
Hmm. Good.
Are you aware of this? How much that represents for IELTS or not?
Yes, I slightly aware because 1 year ago, yeah, probably one or maybe a bit more. Yeah, I take the IELTS exam and in
How much is
speech
the score?
it was 5 and 5 if I remember, or yeah 5 or 6, something like that, 5.5 or 6, something like that. It was, but after that I had